I want to do one of these things we've been doing with Herschel Walker, where I just walk through a bunch of rally moments and interviews with him to give you a sense so that you don't forget the true, profound, insightful thoughts that he has. First, I don't know how I missed this, and then we'll get to some recent rallies, but this is 4 months ago, or July 13th, 2022. I don't know how I missed this, but he gets asked by Ben Carson, what do you think the biggest issue facing America is? And check out his answer.
What do you see as some of the biggest problems going on in our country today?
I think some of the biggest problems going on in our country today, we have so many celebrities telling people that they can't do it. Telling a lot of people, oh, you can't do it. Like, you got to feel bad for yourself, feel sorry for yourself, which is sad to me, because when they made it, they've done it, but they're telling you can't do it. And it's like, God, you did it. Why they can't do it? I think to tell our kids that they can't do it, or to tell making our kids feel sorry.
Now, can someone please define what it is? He said it 30 different times in that statement. But you get asked, what's the biggest issue facing America? You don't mention anything except for celebrities telling people that they can't do it, but they did it. So why are they telling other people they can't do it? Everyone should know that they can do it, because it is just such a wonderful thing to do. And so you're going to walk around and you're someone who did it, and you're going to tell people that they can't do something that you did, even though it is such a good thing to do. It's just not, doesn't make any sense. It's the biggest problem in America. What? That's crazy. That's bonkers. Okay, well, here's recently. Meanwhile, here's Herschel Walker at a recent rally.
Yeah, there's no snow in Georgia, and I get a chance to be on the 1992 Olympic bobsled team. Now, think about this. Guys, I was 220 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. Just think about this. At 220 pounds, I got an opportunity to run with some of the fastest guys in the world and beat some of them. Can you believe that? But this was so funny. God has brought me there just to get that name out there. He got that name out there to get me ready.
So it sounded like he was saying, I did all that. Famous athlete doing, I guess, the Olympics, was he talking about there? And it was God preparing me by getting my name out there. So preparing you for this by getting your name out there. Exactly. That's what is such an issue with your campaign. It's, hey, I have a famous name. That's it. You remember how I used to be a running back? Send it next. It just doesn't make any sense, but clearly it's working for a lot of people in Georgia. He's now leading in the polls. Next, he tells a bizarre story or statement about respecting the police and how he used to get spanked, and that's, what people should respect. I'm kidding. You can listen to him.
We need to respect that badge from our men and women in blue. Respect the badge, and then everybody go home safe. Everybody want to go home safe, because they got a family, you got a family, but the man in Washington, they've forgotten about that. Now they think that whenever something goes wrong, it's the police's fault. No, it's not. You know what? Everybody.
What an unnuanced take. When something happens, it's the police's fault. No, it's not. Well, it depends. Is it the police's fault or not? I think what a lot of people on the left are saying is, if it is, let's hold them accountable. We're not saying every single interaction with the police that goes wrong is the police's fault.
Should respect each other. That's what I learned when I was growing up. I got a spanking growing up. I'm not saying we need to spank people. I'm not saying we need to spank people. What I am saying, though, is we need to teach people respect. Everybody respect each other, and everybody go home safe. But the problem we got, we have these weak leaders in Washington. We need to respect.
These weak leaders don't want to let the police spank us so that we'll respect them. Interesting stuff. And then he says something that has become a favorite of his. What's a pronoun?
What the heck is a pronoun? I'm like, I'm tired. My pronoun is sick and tired of these pronouns. Because right now, these pronouns are going to get our men and women in the service killed. Let me tell you, it's China and Russia and Iran not talking about no pronouns. They're talking about war, and yet we're talking about pronouns. What the heck is a pronoun?
So I said this last time we covered it. Herschel Walker's funny because it's a great example of whenever you have all of the right-wing talking points without the communication ability to properly deliver the talking points. And so he heard multiple times that he's supposed to hate the concept of pronouns, but missed why it is or what the context there is. So what I said in the last segment when he made a similar joke was, no, you're supposed to be going after people who either ask you to identify them with the pronouns that they identify with, and you're supposed to make fun of the fact, here's how you're supposed to be hateful, okay? You're supposed to make fun of the fact that you don't believe it's appropriate for them to be identifying with those pronouns. That's what your argument's supposed to be. Or you're supposed to tell some story about how in the military they did a meeting where they were required to start the meeting with the pronouns, hi, I'm Luke Beasley, he, him, right? That's the story you're supposed to tell. And you can make them up. That's the rule on the right. You can just make a story up and it's good to go. But instead, he just heard half of the talking point and just goes, what's a pronoun? I don't know what a pronoun is. And I think he genuinely doesn't know that the concept of pronouns wasn't invented by people who wanted to use them largely, at least the starting of like putting it in your bio and stuff. So the people who have changed at some point the pronouns they identify with, or may not appear to your eye as the gender that you might assume, so making it clear what gender they are, etc. It wasn't invented at that point in time. We've used pronouns all the time. Just anytime you've said, hey, he, etc., or hey, she, etc., or they, etc. We've been using that all the time. And so it's so funny how the way he phrases it is like, I don't know what a pronoun is. I don't even know. Why are we using he and she in the military? We should just only say names, all, strictly. Very strange last moment here. Another police officer endowing Herschel Walker with an honorary deputy badge.
Hi, this is Herschel Walker. I'm in Lawrence County at one of the best restaurants that I love to go to called the Golden Corral. And I want to just...
I know it's quiet, but he's standing with the sheriff, and the sheriff's about to start talking.
We want to thank Mr. Walker. He does so much for Dublin. Herschel. He does so much for Dublin and Lawrence County. We want to present him with an honorary deputy badge from Lawrence County, Georgia.
It's so weird. So I know you guys know this, but just to go through it because it's just funny, the absurdity. This all started with Herschel Walker claiming he was an FBI agent. And then we found out that's not true. And then he went, well, look at this. And he pulled out a police badge and said, have worked with a lot of police officers. Strange statement. But then he went on this whole thing of getting different police officers to give him honorary badges. Yeah, we're not saying that you didn't have the capability of going and getting pro Herschel Walker police officers to say that you're getting an honorary badge or let you hold their badge. No one's saying that. We're saying you're dishonest about you telling us you were an FBI agent. Really bizarre. Hey, guess what? One time I went and toured NASA and they gave me a NASA hat. I'm an astronaut. So weird.